Good evening. Welcome to RCAM. I'm your host, Ryan, and thank you for tuning in today. Happy Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday, y'all. I am looking forward to a nice and restful weekend. So, all right. So, on today's agenda, we are going to be talking about the new Dragon Age game and how they've decided to introduce mastectomy scars. Because I mean, who wa- who wants to make a character and not have mastectomy scars on them? Vasectomy, maybe they'll go that far. These people would not surprise me. We'll also be discussing Nintendo's lawsuit with Palworld because we knew that was coming, and plastic surgery that has gone horribly, horribly wrong. And if we have more, we'll talk about some additional stories too, if we have time. All right. So let's get into this. We'll just pull up the Dragon Age trailer real quick so that we have a little bit of context, and then we'll get into it. Let's see here. All right. All right. Here we go.
You have no idea what you have done. The blighted elven gods walk free, all because you disrupted my ritual.
You battle against gods. They will not rest until you are on your knees. Fearful, cowering, helpless in the face of such power.
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
You want allies to go after the gods? I've got places to look.
Where do we start? I'll be damned. A griffin. In war, victory. I'm ready.
I've never seen this before. There's something kind of exciting about it. What is happening to me?
Let the Fae draw close!
Draw the dragon out into the open. Then attack.
You and me, Rook. Maybe that's what scares me.
These are the times in which legends are born or slain.
Our gods are back. Our gods. How do we stand against that?
I believe in all of us, so let's get it done.
So I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Now, if I didn't know what I know about the game, I'd buy it. It looks action packed, looks interesting, looks like it has a pretty, decent story. I could tell they were trying to get the diversity checkbox in the trailer, but I could that's forgivable, all right? But what is not forgivable is this, all right? So this is from I'm just going to go right to the source. Dragon Age, the Veilguard character customization features have been revealed. Oh, and you can call yourself a Lamborghini and choose they, them, non binary pronouns. But that's not all. Players can now customize chests and add top surgery scars. All right, let's play this clip real quick.
But he, him, she, her, and they, them, and then your gender is man, woman, non-binary. Love that. Love the inclusivity.
Love it.
Top surgery scars are also included in this for all of our trans and non-binary rooks out there. I absolutely was blown away by this. It's beautiful to see the inclusion in the game and to see yourself represented. But he, him, she.
So beautiful. I mean, to see trans people represent groundbreaking. I mean, really mind-blowing stuff there. Except, it's insane. It's insane that they're doing this. Actually, I want to go real quick to Melanie Max. She made a really good point. Dragon Age Veilguard adds top surgery scars in a universe where one could just change their body with magic. They instead do this. This is a perverted indoctrination. There is no other explanation. Yeah. She's exactly right. There is no reason, zero reason to be adding this to a game where magic is a possibility, all right? It doesn't make any sense. So even in Dragon Age, they are cutting the breast off of healthy young women. They have woke doctors in Dragon Age 2 that will also perform these surgeries. Crazy town. It's just insane that they keep doing this. And then they'll wonder why the game is not an overwhelming success. Because they do things like this, man. And who are they appealing to? What, the 0.003% of non-binary players that are going to play non-binary? Because that's not even, there is no such thing as non-binary. Nobody can exist outside of the binary. It's not possible. It's make-believe imaginary nonsense. Just like the game, except they're doing it in real life. So yeah, it's just it makes no sense. They're appealing to this fringe, weird group of individuals who don't actually care about the game. But that's not all right? It's not just enough that they want to make non-binary characters and add vasectomy scars if that wasn't demented enough. But they give you all sorts of features. So, here highlighting the top surgery scars. You can feature that on or off. But they also, this is the, now I'm not one, listen, I'm not one that's going to be advocating for big-breasted women in video games. Okay, that's I'm not going to go do that because it doesn't, it's not that serious to me. But it is a little ironic to me that they are inclusive in the sense that they will allow a feature to chop the breast off, but they won't allow a feature to allow breast larger than B cups. that makes no sense. So what? So anybody above a B cup, they don't exist? They can't be represented? Yeah, these people are ridiculous. Oh, you could do your bulge size too. So not only do they allow top surgery scars, but also vitiligo and cellulite. Oh man, so that you can get cellulite in the game. Don't you miss the time where games were actually fantasy and they weren't trying to mimic every aspect of real life, including the bad parts of it? Like, is there a beer belly feature too? You know, is there a leprosy feature that they can add to the game to make your character look like a leper? Is there a paraplegic feature too? Because I think they could add that to the game and they would really um, cater to their core demographic of crippled players. What about a wheelchair feature? Why not that? You know, can they do that? Can you give your character crutches? Like, how far can we actually take this? You know, I'm curious. You know, you're appealing to non-binary folk. Well, I'm certain there's probably more crippled people in real life, so why not them? You know, can they be included as well? You know, if you're gonna do this, then go all the way, is what I say. This is another tweet. Covering that it does have the non-binary option, which is stupid. It's just dumb. You know, like there's just no reason for it. And you got your pronouns here, and you guys know how I feel about pronouns. I think they're retarded. I think it's dumb to use somebody's preferred pronouns. But if somebody lists you know, if I'm speaking to a Wokey and they ask me to use their preferred pronouns, my response will be, "Oh, thank God, I wouldn't have been able to tell if you didn't give me the pronoun. Now I can clearly tell that you're a woman, and it'll be more insulting if they actually are a woman, likely the case. But yeah, it's just a dumb way to virtue signal, and it's sad that wokeness has it seeped this deep into video games, where we're now creating character customizations, where we're allowing the user to chop off the breast of the character and replace it with mastectomy scars. Just really wild times that we're living in. And it just goes to show you that nothing is off limits with these people. They will insert their demonic agenda into everything. And the things that you once sought to escape from, guess what? You can't get away from it there, because they're bringing it there. The only way to send a message, a very clear message, is to not play games that do this. Refuse to play. There was a game I was gonna play. It was what was it? It was like a knockoff of Borderlands, or a side story, Tina Tiny, what, something like that. I forget what it's called. And I go to play it, and had the non-binary feature. Both me and my brother just, nope, we're not playing this. Yeah, I won't play it. I just will refuse to play a game that's catering to these mentally unwell individuals. I just won't do it. I will not be complicit in the madness. I just absolutely refuse to have any part of it. But yet here they're doing this, man. It's unbelievable to me. It's just unbelievable that they would give a feature for op surgery scars. Like that is something that I've never expected to see it in implemented in any other area than insane woke doctor's office, or maybe the occasional post on Twitter. But yet, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. They gave the beavers in the Blue's Clues special mastectomy scars, so why wouldn't they do it in video games? I just hope one day we wake up from this gay woke nightmare and people start to return to sanity, start to, care about making interesting characters and compelling stories, and they aren't concerned about pleasing the small fraction of people who might get upset, and actually start to, I don't know, think about the larger customer base, the countless people that want to play a game without having woke nonsense rammed down their throats before they even start the game. This is only the character selection screen, and already we're getting bogged down with pronouns, genders, mastectomy scars, cellulites, whatever other nonsense they have in these customizations. It's just got to stop, man. Until it does, I will continue to bring it up. I will continue to comment about it. I don't care if it upsets people. It's just, it is what it is. This is the type of stuff that needs a light shined on it. All right, next story. And we all saw this coming, all right? But Nintendo is now suing Palworld, the creators of Palworld. So Nintendo's Pokemon patents may shed light on the Palworld lawsuit. The Palworld lawsuit doesn't sound like it's about creature design. Then what is it about? Let's find out because the second Palworld came out the game and we started looking at some of the designs. It was not shocking that eventually they would get sued by Nintendo because Nintendo is greedy. They just are. And I just want to pull up some of the designs so that you can see for yourself how it does. It literally looks like they were looking at their characters and be like, let me loosely change how this character is to make it original. So here we have their Luxray knockoff, which I think looks cooler, to be honest. It doesn't have the stupid ears. So they looked at Luxray and they're like, how can we make this Pokemon less stupid? Haha, yes. We get rid of the Dumbo ears, yes. So there's that one. There's this Pikachu knockoff. He looks pretty cool. This Vulpix knockoff. I don't think this is like this design looks pretty divorced from that original one, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. We got this Piplup one. That's pretty original too. Like you could tell they borrowed a little bit, but it does seem original. Yeah, that they look. The only thing different about this is that it's like a cow, but the face almost exactly the same, and they inverted the teeth here. Exactly the same face. Oh man. That's Slowpoke's face. Yep. Dang man. Yeah, you could see they copied the oh my god. They could have thought of something that looked a little less like Empoleon's horns. Face or bill? That's not even a horn, that's its bill. Alright, yeah, that looks very similar, except it's not a zebra. So rendered the colors differently. And I think that one's pretty safe. This looks very similar. Same colors. Looks like an original character though. Yeah, I think that's a stretch. Yeah, that's Egyptian Lucario right there. Yeah, Electabuzz, very similar. Yeah, they just so it's not surprising to me that Nintendo would sue them. But let's read a little bit more about what the actual lawsuit entails. So the Pokemon Company and Nintendo are suing Palworld developer Pocket Pair in Tokyo court over patent infringement. The company announced jointly on Wednesday Pocket Pair responded to the lawsuit in a news release saying it was unaware of the specific patents it's accused of infringing upon without court documents or specifics from the Pokemon Company. There's no real way of knowing exactly what Nintendo and the Pokemon Company are looking at, but the use of patent infringements as opposed to copyright infringements means this case likely isn't about creature design. So they're not actually going after them about creature designs. The conversation around Palworld has largely been around its Pokemon-like pals, which do bear similarities to Pokemon. Take a look at Palworld's Lamball, for example. Its appearance is quite similar to a Pokemon Wooloo. So we just went over the appearances of some of these Pokemon. But Nintendo and the Pokemon Company announcement on Thursday crucially did not include any mention of the copyright infringement. Instead, it cited patent breaches. And it suggests that the lawsuit may involve the similarities in game mechanics and not creatures. Well, I played Palworld, and the only mechanics that are similar is how you catch the pal. But other than that, it's a survival game. Really, is what it is. And they've definitely taken liberties in how they've gone about actually how the game played. So it's not exactly play by play what you do in Pokemon. So I think the mechanics are different enough where I don't think Nintendo really has a strong case here. Nintendo has a ton of patents globally, but this specific lawsuit is currently only in Japanese courts. Nintendo patents are all sorts of technical processes it uses in its games, be it information processes. Yeah, you wouldn't know that they use any technical processes based off of the last games they released, Pokemon Violet and Pokemon Scarlet, because those games suck. They're just really awful. And very buggy. And I didn't notice that about Palworld. It wasn't super buggy. It's been months since Nintendo said it's investigating Pocket Pair and Palworld, and that's likely because they've been digging into the game to see what could apply patent wise. So maybe they have like the storage system for the pals they could do something with, but I'm not sure how things are going to go in a Japanese court. So I don't know what's going to happen. Now, Palworld did release a statement, which we'll read in just a minute, but they did respond to this. I'm just gonna read their response. All right. Regarding the lawsuit, yesterday a lawsuit was filed against our company for patent infringement. We have received notice of this lawsuit and will begin the appropriate legal proceedings and investigations into the claims of the patent infringement. At this moment, we are unaware of the specific patents we are accused of infringing upon, and we have not been notified of such details. So they don't even know. Pocket Pair is a small indie game company based in Tokyo, Argo. Okay, so they are going to be subject to the courts there. Our goal as a company has always been to create fun games. We will continue to pursue this goal around the world. Palworld was a surprise success this year, both for gamers and for us. We were blown away by the amazing response to the game and have been working hard to make it even better for our fans. We will continue improving Palworld and strive to create a game that our fans can be proud of. It is truly unfortunate that we will be forced to allocate significant time to matters unrelated to game development due to this lawsuit. However, we will do our utmost for our fans to ensure that the indie game developers are not hindered or discouraged from pursuing their creative ideas. We apologize to our fans and supporters for any worry or discomfort this news has caused. As always, thank you for your support of Palworld and Pocket Pair. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to be able to do, but there are there are definitely I mean, that's like a combination between Salamence, Latios, and Latias, all fused into one. And their Wooloo does look a lot like whatever this pal is. So I think if anything, they said it's not related to the character. So I don't know, man. I don't know what Nintendo's got, but maybe they can monopolize on the fact that they have a Pokeball like feature in the game to catch these pals and that whole catching like mechanic. But I don't know. I don't think that's exactly fair. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know how it's going to pan out. But Nintendo is greedy, man. So you know they will not hesitate to shut down any competition, and Palworld was definitely competition. Man, I had hoped that they learned from Palworld's success and thought to introduce some new mechanics to their games, because their games have just not been on point for a very long time. I think the last game that was different and innovative was Legends of Arceus, which it looks like they actually took note of. They're releasing, I think it's I don't know, some new Pokemon game that follows that story in Arceus. So that should be good. And they're also bringing back Mega Evolutions, which I think is cool. But it's been one gimmick after another with those games, and people are tired of it. So when you see a game like Palworld come out, it's just a breath of fresh air. It's just something different, something exciting, not the same thing rinse and repeat over and over again, or trying new mechanics that are just awful. So it's like you can create a fun and innovative game, and they proved that with Legends of Arceus, while tweaking the mechanics a little bit. But then they went backwards with Pokemon Violet and Pokemon Scarlet, and they released a really buggy, crappy game. So there's that. So we'll see what happens with this. I hope Palworld is able to fend them off when you have a, you know, I mean, let me see. I don't even know Nintendo's net worth. Let me see. Nintendo net worth. Yeah, when you have a multi-billion-dollar company coming after you, you're gonna need to have all your ducks in a row. Jesus, man. 62.55 billion as of September 20th, 2024. Dang. Yeah, Godspeed to Palworld, because I do not. I think they're in trouble. I do. Um, Especially if Nintendo felt that they wouldn't go forward with this lawsuit if they didn't think they had a case, or maybe they're just trying to intimidate them. I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell. All right. Next story, and this one is scary and sad at the same time. All right, and funny. All right, we'll laugh a little bit, and if you don't, I will. I'll laugh a little bit. All right, let's play this. All right, so lady does Botox in fear of aging. What mental illness is this?
Mira, yo a María Félix lo único que tengo que decir es que fue la mujer más bella que existió en México, la que nos representó en todo el mundo, la que nos llevó, que nos dio a conocer a todos los mexicanos por su belleza, por su inteligencia, porque era una mujer muy inteligente y muy bella.
What the hell, man? Hold on a second, because there was. I saw. Oh. I saw a post. Oh, not it. Well, talking about she got Botox and she got, I think, a Brazilian butt lift. I don't know, but tell me, man, I lost it. Dang it, man. Sometimes I hate. If I can find it again. Well, tell me, tell me she didn't look like this. All I thought when I saw that video was that she looked just like. Oh god. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta bring that post back up. Oh god, I'm crying. Oh Jesus. All right. Tell me. Tell me. Oh, what the heck, man? Why is it not letting me pull this stupid post up? That's Matic, yeah. Oh man. Oh, I'm horrible. I'm horrible, but man, these people that do this to themselves, they do have a mental illness, bro. There's something wrong with you. And I'm so against plastic surgery in general because people go to extremes like this where they mutilate their faces to look unrecognizable, and then they end up they want to look beautiful. Look, she looks pretty moderately normal here, and now she's Matic. She has made herself Matic. And I think that's a huge issue, man. But I honestly think there needs to be legislation against doing this to yourself. I really do, because it is so crazy to me that people go through these lengths to try to improve their appearance that they ultimately end up destroying their face. So I think there has to be limitations on how we do plastic surgery. You need to go through all sorts of approvals, and there has to come a point where a doctor says, "No, ma'am, we're not going to do any more work to your face. All right, we're not going to do it," because at some point it's like medical malpractice. Now, I'm supportive of plastic surgery if, let's say, the individual in question was in like a horrific car accident and their face got mutilated. Well, yeah, you're get reconstructive surgery. That's fine. Another instance where I'm okay with it, and maybe it's not super consistent. I get it. I understand. But if you have like a really big nose, I mean, mine might need it, but if you have a really big nose, I'm okay with getting a nose job. That's fine. But really, outside of that, I don't think anything. Because I've seen some people get nose jobs, and believe it or not, they look remarkably better. I mean, night and day difference. My wife was friends with this girl that had a pretty large nose. She got a nose job. I couldn't even tell it was the same person. That's how significant it altered their appearance. So I guess I would support that. Those would be like really the only two scenarios. Like you have to have some sort of horrific deformity or accident or nose job, and that's it. Those are the three exceptions. Everything else would be a no, and you would have to petition me. I'd have to review your case by case. That would be the supreme law of the land, and I think the world would be a better place, and people would be a lot more happy with their bodies. So you're lucky though. I'm not dictator of the world, and I can't do that. All right, next story. This one is eye-opening. We'll play it. Why men shouldn't pee standing up. Let's find out why.
Do you know how dirty it is for a man to pee standing up? During the 21-second release, guys usually aim for 4 spots. The back of the toilet is the most destructive option. The rebound splash can be up to 7,550 drops of urine. If you're facing the water in the middle of the toilet, that's 372 drops of urine. Simply put, even if you're the best shooter, you can't escape the splash of urine. When the urine flies 7.5 to 15 centimeters, the urine will collide with each other in midair, so it breaks into smaller drops, flying higher, farther, and wider. The maximum process can reach 91.4 centimeters.
Why is this like motivational? Did you hear the sound on this? It's like motivational, but it's a negative. It's a negative video.
Dropping onto the toothbrush, towel, tissue paper next to it, and 77% of guys will shake after peeing. The residual urine will also become everywhere. If they are not cleaned up in time, it will slowly form urine scale. It gives off a bad odor. Many men may think that peeing standing up is a sign of male honor, but in some countries, most of them pee sitting down. For example, German boys are taught from a young age that peeing while sitting is the real deal. And according to a study that there was no difference between boys peeing. There's no difference in the speed or time of peeing. So do you stand or sit? Feel free to discuss in the comments section. Do you know?
Well, Germany is full of homosexuals. I don't know what to tell you. But here in America, we pee standing up to assert our dominance. And we don't care if piss is flying back at us. We are men. And we will pee standing up boldly and proudly. But real talk, there's no way I'm sitting down and peeing. It's an inconvenience and a waste of my time. So, but there are situations where I have seen this, man. So what you got to do, all right, there's a solution for this, all right? You get those like urinal cakes there. They kind of absorb the blast. So it's not as, it's not spraying all over the place. Because at my previous station that I worked at, there was a urinal, man. It was disgusting. Like you had a lot of this residual piss all over the place. And it's like people didn't know how to aim and they would piss above the urinal. I'm like, how are you doing that? And it would be on the floor and it'd be on the wall. Like, just aim. Just aim. Figure out how to aim. All right? Practice with Cheerios or something. Didn't you? Isn't that how you learn to pee? Like I remember as a kid, that's how I learned to go potty. But it seems like some of these grown adults have never got that lesson. I can't believe I'm talking about. Yeah. So disgusting, but uh, we don't pee sitting down here in America. And also, you have to, you know, let people know you're not trans, because you never know. All right. All right. So let's see. Is there any other videos I want to comment on? No, I don't think so. I think that's it. I think that's all I have on the docket today. Not a lot. Short episode today. Short stream today. But that's okay. If you liked this video, please like, share, comment, do all the things. It helps me out a great deal. Be sure to check out all my content too. I upload on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I do all content. So I do shorts. I do just videos that I post, mainly clips from this show, but I still post them, and live. So I'm trying to diversify. I'm trying to make different types of content. And I do have some ideas down the road for different forms of content that I want to do. I want to try to get in the habit of streaming longer, because I've found, or I've noticed, that most of the successful streamers, they're streaming for about 2 hours. All right. And I stream for roughly an hour. So I'm gonna have to set it up in a way where I can stream longer. So that just means that I'm gonna have to be more creative with the type of content that I produce. If you have stories or ideas that you want me to cover, let me know. I want to trend away from politics. Actually, very much like what I cover today is kind of what I want to talk about. Not saying I'll never talk about politics, because obviously we're in an election cycle, so it's going to come up. Obviously, I have, there are some of these cultural topics that bleed over into politics, but I would really like to start moving away from it, as much as I can. Just because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the political parties. I'm tired of the nonsense. I hear it ad nauseum. For the last Since 2016, all I've done is pretty much consume politics, and I'm bored of it. I'm bored of it. I'm tired of it. I just want to get through this election cycle, whether Kamala wins or Trump wins. I just want to get through and focus on other content that is not going to have me pulling my hair out, and is a little bit more entertaining. So I have some ideas, even just stylistically doing different types of content. I'm not exactly sure how I'll go about doing it. I know once I did just one time, and actually did pretty good as a video. I ate Mad Dog. I think it was like 357 hot sauce. I've since retired from the hot sauce game. I haven't been consuming any hot sauce, mainly because I'm approaching my mid-30s. I get heartburn, so I don't handle spice quite the same way that I did, 5 years ago. But I do some content like that. I do, I'm diverse. I can cover a bunch of different things and have fun while doing it. So mainly, I'm just going to try to focus on things that I'm passionate about, that I care about, that I find interesting. Because this is what this show is. This show isn't me placating to certain people or covering a topic because I feel like I have to. Other than the election stuff, I feel like I do have a responsibility to do that. But most of the stuff that I cover is stuff that I want to talk about. That this would be stuff that I'd be talking about with my buddies. So, the things that I go over with you on the show are things that I talk about with my friends. So it's like I bring those conversations, those same sort of conversations here onto this platform, and we have conversations about it. And that's what I want to do. That's what I like doing. I enjoy talking. It's believe it or not, it's one of my favorite things. And it's ironic too, because there are some people that think I'm quiet. They think I'm quiet because I don't really talk that much at work. Uh, just because I'm not about trying to make friends right now. I have enough friends. I don't need more friends. I don't need more relationships that I have to manage. I'm good. I'm good on the number of friendships that I have right now. All right. I don't need any more. So I kind of keep to myself, do my thing, focus on my grind, do what I gotta do. All right. But people have now believe that I don't talk. But I talk a lot, and it's one of my favorite things to do. Being in front of camera, love it. I enjoy it. I get energized off of doing this. Speaking in front of crowds, I used to be a preacher. I love speaking in front of crowds. I really do love it. It's one of those things that I'm genuinely passionate about. Yeah, maybe I'll do a little bit of that too. Is do some preaching. I got some sermon ideas going on. I like talking about the Bible. So that'll be fun. Maybe do some Bible readings, Bible studies. That'd be kind of cool. So I got some things that I'm thinking about that I'm just passionate about. Maybe I'll do some game streaming. I want to play Black Myth Wukong really bad. So maybe we'll do some of that too. I just got to see. I got to figure out how to navigate this because I stream mainly from my laptop. I definitely don't want a game on my laptop. So then there would have to be like a intermission period where I like transition over to my computer, or I just start streaming from my computer. But there's like a lot of little technical things I have to work out to be able to do that well. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm open to ideas. So if you got suggestions, ideas, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. And again, like, share, subscribe, do all that. And I appreciate you guys. Sincerely, I do. It means a lot. I was looking at my analytics today, and it's very easy to get discouraged when you're looking day by day. So if you're a content creator, don't do that. Don't look day by day. Look over periods of time, like month to month, week to week. I think is a little bit better of a gauge where you can actually see your analytics going up. And if I think about it, a little over a year ago, I was only at, I think, about 55 YouTubers, YouTube subscriptions. I'm now at 807. On Rumble, I was at 33. I'm now at 153. That's insane. That's really good growth. If you look at it year over year, more than doubling, way more than doubling. So percentage wise, I'm doing really good, and overall, I'm getting good views. So it's pretty cool, So I know it's not a waste of time, and I'm encouraged, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I'll be real and transparent with you guys. The Twitter ban, huge setback for me. And I've talked about this before. It's just something that's legitimately bothered me, but I'm not letting it stop me. I'm just going to keep on keeping on, pressing forward, saying what I believe to be true, doing it on the platforms that allow me to, and not shying away from it. So I will continue to do that. And I am appreciative of those of you who take the time to watch these streams. It does mean a lot to me. It's not lost on me. And I mean that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed night, a happy Sabbath. Deuces.